Some truths don't explode, they whisper, and you hear them ... for years. This is the story of how I pretended not to know the truth about my father, not because I was afraid of it, but because admitting it out loud would destroy everything: my family, my identity, him. So I stayed quiet. And in my silence, I learned what it truly means to be a daughter. My father was a man of few words. He didn't hug much, didn't laugh easily. He provided, he fixed things, he showed up. But he never looked at me the way he looked at my brother. Never called me princess. Never told me I had his eyes. My mother filled the silence with overcompensation, gifts, praise, nervous smiles when I asked where I got my curly hair. It must be from your grandmother, but no photo showed anyone like me. I stopped asking questions at 11, but the questions never left me. When I was 16, I found a journal. My mother's tucked behind old books in the garage. One page was half torn, but I could still read the ink stains. I never told him, and now it's too late. I froze. Told who? What? Later that night, I watched them at dinner. My father cut his food in silence. My mother laughed too hard at a joke that wasn't funny. And I knew I didn't belong to him. And I knew they both knew that I knew. But no one said a word. I spent the next few years pretending to not notice the way he avoided eye contact, pretending to believe every forced smile, pretending that the coldness was just his personality. When I graduated high school, he gave me a watch. Not a hug, not a speech, just the box and a nod. Inside was a note. I may not always show it, but I'm proud of you. I cried alone that night, not because I believed him, but because I wanted to. My mother never brought it up. I never asked. It was our silent contract. We would live this lie together. At 25, I got engaged, and at the engagement party, my father didn't give a toast. He stood in the corner, watched, left early. That night, I followed him to his car and asked, "Why didn't you say anything?" He hesitated, then looked at me with tears forming. "Because I don't know if I deserve to. I should have said it right then. I should have told him I knew, that I didn't care, that he was still my father. But I didn't, because I was afraid that naming it ... would make it real, would shatter what we had left. So I just said, 'You do. You always have,' and walked away." He passed away a year later. Sudden heart attack. No goodbyes. At the funeral, my mother handed me a letter. He wrote it months before. "I always knew you knew, and I always hoped you wouldn't say it, because the day you said it, I knew I'd lose you. You were never mine by blood, but you were mine in every way that mattered, and I hope that was enough." I cried harder than I ever had, because in the end, he was right. It was enough. Some people think family is about DNA, but sometimes love is built in the quiet moments, the ones no one else sees. This was my father. Not by blood, but by choice. If this story touched you, the next video will show what happened when a daughter confronted the man she suspected was her real father, and he denied ever knowing her mother. Because here, we don't just reveal the truth, we feel it, and we find healing in the cracks of betrayal.